Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Dragon Age Origins. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today as we talk to Dwin, I believe is his name, and we're going around just basically making sure the village can defend itself against the castle, because there's abominations in there most likely. We'll see. The door is locked, and it looks as if it has been recently repaired. Hello? No one answers your call. Jesus. I would not answer that call either. I'm gonna pick the lock. You deftly pick the lock on the door, and are also very pretty. the deftly
Wonderful.
bit. Hi.
Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
What do you mean breaking and entering? It's not USA. Does that expression also apply to England? And is that that's not an English expression. That's a legalese term from the US, I think. But it's fine. You're written by American people, so. Yeah, I apologize. I didn't mean any harm. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
Yes, but Murdoch says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You're recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Well, your chances are better out there than in here.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Remember what I was saying last episode about the difference between irresponsibility and willful, basically working against something? That either you don't care about other people or you actively want them to die. Those are two different things, but there is also a spectrum between those two different things. These guys are, well, this guy anyway, I don't know what these guys are all about. That guy just looks freaked out. It's just like, oh my god. Like, he's sort of going between the I don't care and the I hope they die. Can't I change your mind? Let's give him one more chance before I succeed at my intimidation check. Can I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Well, you go, and I cut off your head. Or your head off. I'm not... It's either way. How about that?
So, that's what it comes down to, huh? Fine. I'll go. If you want me out there so badly.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this because of you. Go tell Murdoch he won. And I better see you out there in the square when those creatures come.
It's a good thing you're not doing this for me, because I'm not going to be in the town for you to defend. I'm going to be fighting next to you. And also, because of me, thank you for the... It's like, oh, the water is clean again because of Baelor. That sounds like a good time. Oh, those super powerful dwarves, or mercenaries, whatever they are fighting to defend the town because of Baelor. That's a good thing. Cha-ching! Extra experience. I went with the... I would have been able to convince him with a persuasion check. But I went with the intimidation because I said I was going to give him one more opportunity. And he didn't. He didn't give me... He didn't take the opportunity. Huh. A shopping list. Sugar, wheat flour, fillet knife, ginger, the grandpa's flatulence. For I thought ginger was... Yeah, for grandpa's flatulence. Wait, ginger makes you not fart? Really? How? I don't eat ginger all that often. It's not really a thing we have here in Portugal all that much. Ink, cod liver oil, and that is awful. That is so bad. Oh, but I don't know why they would want that. Is that a food thing? I only took cod liver oil for as a supplement, natural supplement, obviously, for when I was a cyclist, and that's pretty good for just hydrations and recuperation. It's good. It's mostly good for recuperation, more than. I took another thing as well that didn't taste nearly as bad as cod liver oil. What was it called? It's basically beer what is it called? Like when the fermentation happens, there's a thing that happens or the fermentation happens because of a specific thing, and yeah, it can be extracted from beer, and it can be made into a dust, and you can drink it, and it's not alcoholic or anything. It's just very energy focused. Anyway, dried mushroom, and also that tasted bad. I don't remember what it is. It's got a name, and I know the name, but I just don't remember. Dried mushrooms, that's for other things, and rouge from a religion, which is just, what is it? What is rouge? There is lamp oil in these barrels. Find a use for the barrels of oil. Yeah.
Good going.
And we have a dagger. I'll take it. And that's that. Pretty straightforward. Nobody's here because they died, as far as I can tell, anyway. There's marked general store. Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, if I hadn't convinced... I don't know. There's a couple of other traders. My god, the hell was that sound? I have no idea what that was. That scared the crap out of me. Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 1. On Calenhad's early rise. I am humbled by your words. Dropping a knee to... didn't I read that one? At the end, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that. Keep hearing sounds. Are we gonna be okay in here? Cautionary tales for the adventurous. Felt a sharp pain in his heart. Heart attacks are a pain. They're key required. Really? Yeah. Loading. Oh, look at that. I didn't notice that before. That it says loading when it's loading. When you approach the dresser, something moves inside. You hear a short, surprised intake of breath, and then silence. Then you don't hear anything. You don't hear the silence. You do hear the silence. Well, anyway. Hello? Is someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home.
Young man, come out this instant.
Sounded like a
Yes,
woman to me.
ma'am.
It's a kid.
All right. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the chantry if you really want.
First, tell me what you were doing in there. Unless I might not want to know. Good.
I can't tell you.
I'm not gonna ask.
It's a secret.
It's fine. It's all good. It's fine. Wait. No. But I should. But this is gonna sound really bad. I could help you, maybe. This is gonna sound so awful. But I'm gonna say it because I am meta game knowledge. I know the game is not gonna... You know how kids are. You've been a kid. You know what he was doing. Maybe not. Anyway, maybe I can help you?
You could. All right, I guess.
Okay.
Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was grandfather's. And grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like grandfather...
Brave.
I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
Brave. So brave. So brave. Where is this sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
But I could use that sword to help the village.
I guess you're right. I should help defend the village, shouldn't I? Father would have if he were here. Oh, all right. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people.
The bad
I should
people.
go back to the chantry. Good luck.
Okay. Make sure you find it. Okay. I'm sorry, I thought you were doing... Anyway, it's fine. Bye. Brave kid, though. If we're talking about bravery. Like, that is a tricky decision. And he went to a place that I wasn't thinking of. He's helping defend the village by giving me a sword. A sword that I admittedly won't use, but, you know, it's a sword. The Green Blade. That is a longsword. Alistair, do you like this? Oh, yes, you do. Damage versus beasts. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That is a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. I like that a lot. Did I... Why did I... I clicked right, and for some reason I thought the character didn't change.
All right.
Not all right. I'm clicking there and nothing is happening. You're definitely not all right there. But anyway, the kid is gone. A sword is ours, and we have a new sword, which is actually a surprise. And we are going to continue looking around, because we haven't seen everything before we go to the bridge. We must see everything. And also, I still need to go back to where we were. Which is not here. I am super lost. I am so lost. Getting all these death roots. Wait, so I also want... Herbalism? Health poultice. Yeah, and it's gonna require that. But I don't have distillation agents. And the lesser health potions suck. That's bad. I might have done... I'm glad to see that there's a bunch of lesser health potions in here, because it probably means that this area is pretty low level. But I think I consumed my health potions a little bit too early. Let's see what we have over here. Lake Calenhad, no swimming. Why no swimming? What do you mean no swimming? Why not? The waters of Lake Calenhad are steeped in legends. The Avar people say that it was once the site of Belenas, the mountain which stood at the center of the world, from which Korth, the Mountain Father, surveyed the earth and sky, but it was destroyed in the battle between Korth and the Serpent of Nathramar. But most of us know the legend of King Calenhad, which gives the place its name. It's said that Calenhad Theoden spent a year and a day in the Tower of the Magi. Each day, he drew a single cup full of water from the lake and carried it to the formary at the top of the tower. By magic, each cup of water was forged into a single ring of the mail armor the circle gave to Calenhad. In that armor, made from the lifeblood of the land itself, no blade could strike him, no arrow pierce him, so long as he stood on Ferelden soil. That sounds like a bunch of bollocks. Not true. I decree that that's a false legend. And we have an iron ring over here. Got a lovely place. So that's the castle. I hadn't looked at that before. Oh, so that's the bridge up there. That's a drawbridge. Yeah, the no swimming bit. That sounds like a 20th century thing to me, doesn't it? Oh, look at that! It got fish. Look at the fish eating the poles. They're weird. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a real thing. There were laws against swimming. Well, I mean, not laws. There were, you know, occasions where people would be like, no swimming here or anything, because the private property or anything, or like specific places that the owners didn't like people swimming at. But that's just not really too much of a thing, unless there's monsters. And if there's monsters, it's a small village. Everybody knows there's monsters in the lake.
Stop fidgeting.
Hey.
I don't like being out here, Dwyn. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
And well he should. Because you're a good-for-nothing liar and a thief. We're out here because I say we're gonna help these people. And since I pay your wages, you're gonna do as I say.
Oh, sure, boss. Whatever you say.
He said something, but he's very quiet.
The weapons Dwyn loaned us are better than that crackpot Smith's cast-offs. No thanks.
These humans don't know the hilt of a sword from the pointy end. This ought to be interesting.
Well, it's a good thing you guys are around here, then. Let's have a chat with Murdoch over here.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is.
Okay.
I have...
You have, indeed. So. Interesting. The windmill, Sir Perth. House. There's the windmill. I know how to get there. Sir Perth, though, I don't know as well. Sir Perth and his knights are stationed near the windmill. Oh. Was it the band that told me to go up there? Because if that's the case, then that explains why I didn't remember. Because he was basically the first one to talk to me. So we don't need to go over there. Let's save the game just in case, because you never know.
So, you know about him and Morrigan, right? You've heard?
I think I know what you are talking about, yes.
And you agree with it? You don't think that it's dangerous?
Dangerous for whom? Her or him?
Anyone. She's Malefica and rotten to the core. How could he even... Ah, this can't be a good idea. She can't be a good influence on him.
I will admit that the thought did cross my mind several times. But look at it another way. Perhaps he will be a good influence on her.
You know, you are just too understanding about stuff like this. Can't you be more judgmental? I'm trying to rant here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead and rant, dear. And I'll just nod my head if you like.
I thought that was gonna be a joke and the him here would be somebody different. Morrigan, I hear it's okay
Yes?
if I kiss you.
We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
Let's see.
What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely.
Do you object?
Not unless you stop.
Let's see what Alistair says about this. I'm gonna be kissing her and I'm gonna be looking at him from the back of her head. You know, like sideways. Oh, he didn't say anything about that. What the heck was that soundtrack for? Is this... I hope this is her soundtrack and not just the romance soundtrack.
Yes?
Discuss?
We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however.
I suppose more kissing would be futile. Considering that Alistair didn't say anything about, look at the influence, look at the, what else, the maleficarness, and all that. Who do we have over here? Hello. Oh, sorry. Rotating the camera all too fast. It's really, really easy to, it's like it's super, super sensitive.
Oh, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
Yeah, although we haven't seen any, so I don't know what you're talking about, the undead. So, yeah, let's pretend you didn't say that, because you have no reason to know that. That really irks me. It really irks me when characters say things that they have no reason to know. I've been playing Enderall recently, and I'm finishing the Enderall, actually. And throughout the last part of the game, there's a lot of that, where characters will just tell you things that they have no way of knowing. And of course, they are right, much like Alistair is right, but it's just... That's not how you tell a story. It's not how you tell a story. And if I were a professional writer or a writer at all, I'd be able to tell you exactly why it's not. But I know it's bad. So don't talk about zombies if you haven't seen them, Alistair. I honestly thought it was abominations. I guess abominations can be zombies as well. Perth.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit, I do not know how to address an elf in your position. I do not wish to be rude.
Kneel. It would be fantastic. You kneel and you kiss my hand. Also give me all the money you have. Call me Baylor, if you would.
As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle. Or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
The definitely not Holy Grail. Yeah, the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
I would love to see this game. Like, it'd make total sense for this game to have a rumination, at least a little bit of a discussion about what the nature of evil. It'd make total sense because I remember that Dragon Age was marketed as not having the lawful versus chaotic and evil versus good sort of dichotomies that Dungeons and Dragons is known for. And obviously this was a game made on the backs of Dungeons and Dragons and all the work BioWare made within Dungeons and Dragons for a long while. But what I say that I say this because he's talking about the evil creatures. I mean, are they evil? If they're mindless, like, are zombies evil? I mean, they're dangerous, they'll kill you, but are they evil? They're being used for evil, but that's like, you know, it's not the sword that is evil, it's the person behind it, in a way. Then yeah, you wouldn't want to have zombies. I'm not saying like you wouldn't have. Yeah, it's just you probably should put the swords away from kids or whatever, because they will maybe stab themselves with it or something. And the zombies are basically the same. It's not a defense of the zombies, is what I mean. But there is a little bit. It's interesting. What I mean is, it's interesting that he's so obsessed with evil, and it's not the first time that happens either. There's a lot of characters that are specifically obsessed with the notion that something or someone is fundamentally evil, which is, yeah. I wish there were a little bit. Maybe later on in the game we're gonna have some of that. I look forward to that. So, is there anything else?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should.
Oh, I have. Yeah.
His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
3 oil. It's a lot. Like 3, 4.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down.
Yeah.
Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
I told him that it was enough to burn them. I have some questions.
Ask me whatever you wish.
What's your favorite color? I say, twirling my hair. No, where can I get supplies?
I'm not sure. Murdoch mentioned a blacksmith in the village, but I believe the militia is using everything he had. Beyond that, you might try the village store. It's locked up, but there may be items of use still within. I do not know.
What about the tavern?
Ugh, a fellow named Lloyd runs it. He refuses to close and evacuate to the Chantry. I suppose he might still have something to sell you, though I wouldn't encourage dealing with a fool. He's a profiteer and nothing more.
Oh, it's more than that, unfortunately. You mentioned something about definitely not a Holy Grail?
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
It does fit with the possibility that the Arlessa is the one responsible for the Jarl's illness. Just what was the Jarl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. We brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Jarl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
So can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So the knights left the castle defenseless?
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
Okay, can I discuss something else?
As you wish.
So what is your status?
We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
I'm not ready to make my stand here, but yeah, I will be eventually. Some more questions?
Ask me whatever you wish.
So... yeah, carry on.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Maker watch over you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Quest updated. Now, prepare Redcliffe for the attack. Seek out divine protection from the knights, right, or for the knights.
No word from the castle? No, all is still, as it has been for days. And it is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death.
Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
Inauspicious. We have ourselves Andrastra's grace. Oh, it's a special flower in here. It's a gift, actually. Andastra's Grace. I have no idea who would like that. A distinctive landmark, but it's from a dog, and I don't have my dog with me. And also, don't have more time for the day. So for right now, I'm Calenhad RPG, and this has been Dragon Age Origins. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.